So in the previous tutorial we were working with images. So in this tutorial we are also going to continue working with images, and I will tell you how you can show images on the front end part of our application in a as well. So today we are going to work with images. So in the previous tutorial I showed you how to show an image, and I applied some bootstrap classes to show that image on the HTML page. So today, before we start, we are going to basically have an overview of the bootstrap grid system. So in this grid system, I will show you that there are some predefined classes with extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. And this is the syntax for them: call sm, call md, call lg, and call xl for the respective classes. And for extra small, we don't need to define anything. With the practical implementation, we'll get to know. One thing you need to observe in this, that the bootstrap container has a column width of total 12 columns. So what you need to do, you can define columns either in the multiple, you need to define them in the multiple of 12. Like either you can define, for an example, a column of width 4, then again 4, then again 4, or then 6 and again 6, because 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 12, and again 6 plus 6 is equal to 12 also. Or if you want to define any other ratio, you can define a column of the width 10 and the next with the 2, because 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. And this way you can define a column width of 12 columns by defining them and giving a proportion with your desire, what you want to give to your front-end application. So this is a syntax how you can have make columns plus rows. So we will have some idea. Yeah, this was what I was explaining, that the total width of the column is 12. So what you can do, like here it has been mentioned, the first is of column 8 and another is of column 4. So this was total about 12, and this was a total width of 12, and this would help you. And bootstrap manages you to help have responsive design of your application. Like in the previous tutorial I showed you how you can render an image using bootstrap, and with how you can render an image with Django. Then with the help of bootstrap classes, how you can make it responsive. So let's get started with this tutorial. So I would tell you, first I would go to my VS Code editor, then I would run my server with the command python manage.py run server. So this would start the server on my local machine. And what we can do till the time I can show you one thing. So this is our template which we had made it yesterday. So I would move to the localhost server. So what you can do, this is my local server. So I would move to a route with the name I had defined in the previous tutorial. So I would move to my uls.py file, and my image page I had defined. So I would move to that route, my image page. Okay, you can see an image had been already uploaded on this route and on this page. So basically I showed you how you can see the responsive design. You can press Ctrl Shift I, or you can right click and go to inspect. So this will lead you to Chrome Developer Tools, and from here you can see the responsive design of your application. Like iPhone X shows this way, and iPhone 6, then Pixel 2 XL, then Galaxy S5. So this shows the responsive design. So one thing you notice, as soon as I was on a big screen, the nav bar used to had expanded view, but as soon as I moved to a small screen, so you can see that the nav bar had been collapsed. So this is the beautiful nature of Bootstrap. So this would help you in designing your front-end application. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to define a path, my image page 2, and in views.py file I'll also define views.myImage page 2 with the name is equal to my image page 2. Okay, so this looks pretty fine. So inside my views.py file I'll quickly copy this and I'll paste it here. And one changes I need to make my image page 2, and it will have image page 2.html as well. So inside my templates I need to define image page 2.html. Okay, I will move to my templates folder. Okay, so here's my, so this is my image.html. I'll quickly copy this, control, I'll paste it here, and image page 2. Okay, this looks pretty fine. Okay, so till the time, what I'll do, I'll remove this code and I'll save it as my image page 2.html. So this looks pretty fine, and I will move to my image page 2. Okay, so it says my uh, image page 2.html does not exist. Oh, I made a mistake here, so I'll rename it as image page 2. Sorry for the error. Now I'll quickly refresh this page. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is image page 2. So what I'm going to show you the beautiful nature of Bootstrap here. So this is a container fluid which you'll always mention. Then inside this container fluid I have a row. Then now I'm telling my Bootstrap to divide this row into two columns, div class, okay, and div class is equal to call md6, and I'm also defining another column of width 6 because I told you that Bootstrap will have 6 plus 6 is equal to 12 as a column width. So I'll also define another column, div class is equal to call md6, and this would, now this you can see, now I have a column of 6 width each, and this would sum up to 12. Now I told you yesterday that this is the syntax you are going to use, because I told you that I have a static folder. Inside there are two images. So in order to load images from the static folder, first you will define person load static, and then you need to define the syntax with the person static side, person static with the image name, and person again with the curly brace. So I'll quickly copy this, and this image fluid is a Bootstrap class which helps you to make a responsive page. Okay, in this first line I would put this image. Okay, so this is the image I'm going to put, and one shortcut you can see, I can right click here and click format document with HTML language feature. So what will it do? It will format my source code, and it will help you to better maintain the indentation of the code. And in the next I'll copy this. So since I'm showing you a demo, we had done this in the previous tutorial, how to load and static image. So let me give another image that was python.png. So I'll give this a name as a python.png, and I will move to my page and refresh this page. So you can see now I'll quickly I'll click inspect and I'll show you. Let me do this. Uh, Okay, so you can see here I'll have an expansion view. This is my row. Or okay, this is not you. This would pretty help you to have a clear understanding how Bootstrap works. This is my container, and this is my navbar. Okay, this is the navbar. This is the container. I go inside a row. So this was my row. Then a column of width 6. You can, the left portion is my column of 6. Then this is the image. Okay, this is the column of width 6. Okay, then I move to the second column of width 6. Here it is. This was the second column of width 6, and this is the first column of width 6. First, second, and that was the image. But now as soon as I change my display, I move to a Galaxy S5. See the magic? Yeah, it automatically collapses the image, and it helps you to make design much responsive. So you need to inspect element in order to learn about this. So this is again call md6 6, width, and this is the 6 of called MD6 in the another. So we are going to continue with this in the next lecture as well. I'll tell you how you can render images and how what would be the responsive design of your application. So let's I'll catch you up in the next lecture. So thank you guys, thank you so much, and yeah, thank you guys.